guys? It's Tony could have been again for those people in Connecticut. Pretty crazy weather today. It was very solemn weather towards the evening, and I decided that solemn weather deserves a solemn video. The title of this video is gonna be probably doing something along the lines of Tony could have been cursed. How I lost 3 best friends. And enough time has passed that I'm fairly comfortable talking about it. Sometimes I wonder, like, am I just gonna be on YouTube making a video one day and I'll just start crying and like just overcome with emotion? But it hasn't happened yet. But we'll see. The first best friend I ever had, I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and there was this white kid in school, and there was me, and everyone else was either African American or Hispanic, specifically Puerto Rican, and we kind of bonded because like we're so different from everyone else. And I know for a fact he was like the first kid I ever saw who had braces. Like, I didn't even know what they were. And I guess he was like maybe one of the few kids in Bridgeport who could actually afford them, or whose parents could afford them. And one day I was watching the news with my parents because that's what families used to do before all this technology, just sit around and watch TV together. And I saw his photo on the his school photo, him standing in front of the green chalkboard at the school I went to. But at the time it was called Black Rock School. I'm not sure if it still exists, but that's where I went. And I believe they used this photo and said he was killed in a car bomb or something really surprising like that. So I guess either he or his parents had a lot of enemies. But yeah, it was just I didn't really understand that at the time. I didn't really know what death was. And I think over the years I realized that it affected me, but not necessarily in a bad way. So that was the first best friend I lost. Like, we were pretty close. We didn't, spend every waking moment together. We didn't really live near each other, I don't think. But whenever school was around, we would always be hanging out. So my second best friend, as some of you may know, I spent some time in the military, and I had one pretty good. In the military, everyone, well, at least in boot camp, as far as I know, everyone's assigned a battle buddy, basically, because if you're in the military and you're by yourself, that leaves you very vulnerable. That's why you should always have at least one person at your side. And they call them your battle buddy. Call them your train together, talk together, graduate boot camp together. And we didn't really keep in touch, but just randomly one night I was searching, because I'm pretty sure I know he got deployed, and because we were in the same job code, and like a lot at the time it was revolving around nation rebuilding, so there's plenty of that going on at the time. So if I stayed in the military, I would have been deployed too, most likely. Maybe we would have bumped into each other, but I was just messing around with like this website that gave you the ability to see if anyone you knew passed away or was killed in a line of action, or was missing in action, etc. And I looked it up for I believe it was I think at the time it was Afghanistan, and I found his name, and he was killed in action. And you could Google this. It's called a survivor's guilt. It's a real thing. I mean, because basically I had some guilt, some guilty feelings that, that I was able to live, and he probably had a very painful death, and I didn't really know what to make of it, because it was like, if by some possibility, if I was able to be there, would that have changed things? I don't know. But then the third best friend I lost happened, and this was the third strike. After this, I said to myself, you know what? I can have as many friends as I want. I'm not going to call any one of them my best friend because of my theory about the curse. So, the third best friend I lost was really, it really affected me, like a lot more than I was expecting. He was one of my college roommates, and he passed away in a car accident, I believe, just one night when I was living in Vegas, and I was just on the computer, and I got a Facebook message from his brother, who I met on a couple of occasions, and he told me that he passed away. And I asked him, oh my god, how, what happened, etc. He didn't really answer, but he said, if you want to pay your respects, you can. And at the time, I couldn't afford to go to the funeral. He was Ethiopian, and I learned a lot about Ethiopia from him. I had some of the food. It was just so sudden. I mean, because like I actually was in the car in one of his, I think it was his car, I don't know, when we were going to the casino of all places, and he was in the seat. He was just driving, and he appeared to me that he was a pretty good driver, and we were we tried to keep in touch, but it's hard when distance separates you like that. And I couldn't afford to go to the funeral. I could barely afford to send him flowers or anything, so I did the one thing I thought I could to help his brother get over this, or get through this, not get over it, but get through it. And I thought it helped me get through it too. I started telling him stories about us, about how we used to hang out and stuff, and where we used to hang out, what he was like in school, what he was like as a roommate, as a friend, as a best friend, and it was just so sudden. I don't think anyone was expecting it, because it was an accident. It was a car accident. That's what I heard, at least. I can't confirm, but that doesn't change the fact that he's gone. But it was hard. But I think I've had enough serious videos for a little bit. I'll post something about PlayStation or something soon, but I just thought this would make a good video explaining why I do not call anyone my best friend. Because after 3 strikes, I figured that was done. I haven't had that much more experience with death. One of my high school friends, she passed away recently. Well, semi-recently, maybe a few years ago. And I mean, in high school, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but I feel like that doesn't really mean anything in high school. I mean, like, do people even know what they want in high school, who they want? So I didn't see it as losing an ex-girlfriend. I saw it as losing a friend, and that also was very sudden. I also heard that was an accident. There was a lot of medical complications. She was her health wasn't the greatest, and it was just at the time I really had a lot going on in my personal life, so I think that only amplified how bad I felt, how depressed I became, and Maybe I just don't deal with death well. Does anybody? The more you know. Reading Rainbow. No. Alright. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. I'll post some more enjoyable, happy-go-lucky videos later. Talk to you guys later.